How you guys doing? I'm Kyle.
I'm Kane.
We're called the KB. We make pop music from basements in Northwest Ohio, and we're going to take this time in this little series we're going to call the KB Breakdown, where we look through some music that we've made and tell you how we did it, where the song came from, what it's inspired by, what we like. And we're going to start this one with a song called Cliché.
So,
What you got?
Kyle pretty much came to me with the whole song finished. We do that a lot. We'll each work on our own demos and then bring it to the other one. And then it usually gets like brutally axed, like just thrown away, or we like start working on it together. I'm pretty sure that it was like all done. Like lyrics and everything, concept and the whole layout kind of stayed the same. Do you remember where you were, what you were doing when you wrote that first part?
It was definitely one of those songs that happens like at 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it ends at 2 a.m. Like it starts once the sun's down.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good time to like wherever the magic comes from. I feel like it happens in the nighttime.
Yeah.
That phrase sounded kind of sus, but I'm gonna keep going with it. The bones of the song and like musically, sonically, was how it sounds now is kind of how it was that first night. You know, we take time once we okay a demo to get to the next phase. We go through and just fine tune and perfect and try different things, different instruments, different sounds and stuff like that. But it sounds pretty similar to that first night. But the lyrics are completely different, except for the very first lyric, "Call it cliche." After that, everything else changed. It used to be about something different, but then we had a night right before the pandemic happened where it was just hanging out with a bunch of friends, and I hadn't really written a song about just friendship and being in the moment, and I feel like I tried to make the song about that moment in the night where you've probably had a few drinks or something else, and you just kind of look around and you kind of realize that you're making a little memory, and I wanted to kind of bottle that into lyrics. It used to be like a love song of sorts.
Oh, so by the time you showed it to me, though, you had changed the lyrics a little bit?
I showed it to you and played you the original chorus.
Oh, because I remember...
And then I rewrote the chorus, and I remember playing the chorus to you in my office at my house.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And you were like, "Holy crap!"
I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
You were so...
Because you were
so
like...
excited.
I actually remember, okay, because we had a different song that was going to be our first single that we were putting out with a group of singles. It was called, like, It's Raining or something like that.
Yeah.
And we were working on it, and it was one of those where we just couldn't figure it out. And then you were like, I have this other one, and you might have played me, like, the intro or something before. But then you played me the new chorus of it, and you were like, I'm not sure about this lyric in the chorus, but like it's kind of like that thing we do where like it's just a demo, like
Yeah,
fun,
you got to do the preface of like you're probably gonna think it sounds like shit.
Yeah.
So
you did that, and you were like, I don't think this lyric, like I don't know about it. And then as soon as I heard the first one, I like yelled, and that's how we knew it was gonna be like the first thing we put out. Or whatever. Can you play a little bit of just the intro, that piano?
Yeah, for sure. So this piano was originally like a synthy type piano. And then we tried it with my real piano at home and couldn't quite do it because the piano's too old. So I think we found a happy medium with this one of, trying to make it real but ethereal and like spacey sounding.
And then we decided, which we don't do a lot, to double the piano with the guitar. So can you solo out? Let's solo out the piano and then put that guitar in there too.
Okay. So here's just a piano. And here's just flat guitar. And then the pedal with it.
Yeah, so it's kind of subtle. Yeah. So it kind of sounds like one big instrument to me, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and it's, when you hear it in totality with everything else, it all just sounds like one thing.
Yeah.
Because it's all playing the same stuff, obviously, but it kind of fills it out underneath, I feel like.
Yeah.
And one thing that you added, we kind of got it to a good place together. And then for all of you that don't know, which you don't because I've never done this and haven't told anyone this, he mixes his stuff once we get it to a good point together. The one thing that I think literally makes the song is that little vocal effect.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts.
So it just kind of, it sets the tone for this whole song of like, you're about to experience one of these songs, I feel like,
Yeah, it gets you in the mindset.
So here's what it sounds like with everything. So now you're in,
Yeah.
And here's what it's like when it is soloed out. Any insight on how you even did that?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
These, I just took the end of all the vocals and I just chopped them up.
And then it goes in right there.
Yeah, and then just faded it in.
So you pulled the end of that vocal and you just straight up created a motif.
Yeah, I was like,
cool.
Yeah, and I feel like when we try things and we're together, I feel like, not on purpose, but the other one kind of is like, yeah, but maybe try it this way. I know that I do that.
Yeah, totally.
And but like I'll experiment and stuff when I'm doing the mix. So I think I was just listening to those vocals and I thought the chorus needed some sort of like crescendo moment going into it.
Right.
And so then I was just like, oh, what if I just cut these vocals up and then I just added a bunch of delay to them and then just faded them in, and that was that.
It's cool. It's very cool. Yeah, I feel like, we are twin brothers. So we've been together since existence for both of us. Well, I had 5 minutes on you.
Yeah.
So think about that.
So they say.
I've lived in a world without you.
For 5 minutes.
Never thought about that till now. But, we're comfortable enough around each other. We've been playing music together since like 6th grade. Very shitty music back in those days.
True.
We think.
Good for a 6th grader, but
Yeah.
not good.
It's fun times.
Yeah.
But even through all of that, through all of life of being brothers and making music together for a very long time, I feel like you're always still going to have that. It's like a self-conscious, like, I can't fully express when there's someone watching me do it.
Yeah.
If we're not buying in to a song 100%, like, each of us will take it. And we'll each have our own version, and normally it ends up kind of becoming a Frankenstein that ends up being a cool song.
Yeah.
So what else is cool about this song?
The second verse, the drums kind of drop out a little bit, and that wasn't originally in there. But then, I don't know if you remember this, you kind of helped me come up with the guitar part. The street lights are overexposed. Are they really that way? Or is it 'cause I'm a little bit stoned? Then at the end of this, there's this really cool tag that when I was playing, I just thought of in the moment or whatever. It's probably my favorite.
And then it's just like that release. You know?
And like the bass doubles it and stuff. Like we took instruments and made them double.
This part I do remember. Me and him fought a little bit about the second verse. So right here, so it goes into the next half of that phrase twice as fast. Originally, it was when I look to my left, dun, 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 dun,
Was
dun.
it?
Second went away.
Oh yeah. I forgot about
So we cut a lot of dead space right there, and I feel like it was also a kind of cool thing that once you get to the second verse, you can normally double the amount of time or half the amount of time,
Yeah.
and like we did both.
that. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know? So
Forgot about that. One little nerdy thing. If you go to that chorus, that's right there. The guitar part is doubled by a synthesizer.
So here's the synth. And then the guitar. That's cool.
Yeah, and that was just another one of those things where we hadn't really done that before. Trying to make like two instruments sound like one,
Right.
and it like kind of thickens it up a little bit. And I feel like this song had a lot of that.
Yeah.
It also has just a lot of like atmospheric stuff in the background that's just like you don't even notice it if you're not paying attention, but I think it really added to the vibe of the song.
Right, for sure. So the one thing I thought of is actually at the very end of the song. We kind of wanted what do we call it? This thing in a song. It's a bit of realism is what I'm thinking. I feel like in a lot of pop music, it got to a point where when people figured out that they could have electronic drums, they dove in headfirst to that. And now I feel like it's kind of coming back to where you can have electronic drums. You can also have more realistic drums. But when we're using all these synths and drum pads and stuff, grounding it, I feel like, is an important thing. So that little motif that you made with the vocals, I think helps do that. But another thing we did was I was like, what kind of audio, just like an audio clip, a voice memo from my phone I can put in to kind of give it something. And I texted my wife and I'm like, are you busy right now? And she goes, no, I'm just like chilling with the cat. And I was like, can you go to the record player and just put a record on and wait till the very end of the record and just record it? And we added that to the end of this song. I just had her get a voice memo. It's literally on an iPhone. And it's also kind of symbolic to like this is the end of this song.
Mm-hmm. It also happens at the beginning.
Oh yeah, yep.
Because we originally put it at the end, and then we were like, it'd be cool if it happened at the beginning, because then it's like you're putting the record on, the song plays, the record's done.
Yeah, so it's like it starts with that vocal motif. And we synced it up. At the beginning, you can hear it as it keeps looping. It syncs up with the beat of the song. So
is that on purpose or that happened by accident?
it was on purpose at first, but then I was like, yeah. Then and that's the other thing. Like when you're adding these things, these little bits of realism to it, it's kind of cool to have it not fully sync up
Yeah.
to the tempo. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, there like I feel like there has to be some sort of messiness.
Yeah.
Like when I record guitars, I try as much as I can to practice before I record it. So then I get whatever I get on like the first or second take, even if it's not perfect, because I've noticed in the past if I completely perfect something and then I play it, it just sounds kind of sterile. Like it has
Sounds-
no
Yeah, it's like dead. A little
yeah,
bit.
yeah. And so like the guitar on this is like a little bit out of tune,
Yeah.
not on purpose.
Right.
But it just felt good compared to the other times I did it, you know.
Which is a blessing that you like that the guitar's a little out of tune. We do all our stuff in this little room here. It's our basement studio at our dad's house. It's pretty cool. Thanks, Dad.
Woo.
So I can't tell you how many times we've been up at 4 a.m. and we're trying to get this part, and he's done it like 999 times, but he's like, it's not perfect. I'm like, it doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
And then he's like, hold on, bring up the tuner. I have to tune. I
Yeah.
have to tune again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm just
between
like
every take.
and I'm sitting there, and I have no energy, and I feel like a dead body, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't do my best stuff at 4 a.m.
Yeah,
I've-
we've moved
yeah.
away from that.
Yeah, it's better that way. I would say the last thing with this song is the acoustic guitars at the very end.
So I've heard a couple songs where they use the acoustic guitar as not an acoustic guitar. It's more of a percussive thing, and it adds that chugging and that driving. It adds to the driving of the song. That's kind of what we wanted to go for with this one. Like, just keep it moving like a train. You know, like don't switch up the beat too much. Don't try to get too prog with it, you know.
I don't think we ever do that.
Nah, but we wanted to find different ways to make it interesting, but also keep that same beat going. And I was like, let's try using your acoustic guitar, see what happens.
There's two of them, right?
Yeah. If you listen, you can kind of hear it on that beat. Here they are solo.
Yeah, and it's two acoustic guitars at the same time, so they're both doing
So this
different
one,
stuff.
this one has more of like the melody of it, you know. It's going with like the chord progression a little bit more, and then there's this other one. It's obviously still playing the chords, but it's
more rhythmic.
Yeah, more rhythmic. So yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it. It's one of my fave songs.
Yeah, it's I've always wanted to write a song that's like I can blast it in my car at 3 a.m. in the middle of summer.
Windows down.
All those windows down.
Yeah.
If I had a sunroof, my friend would be sticking their head out of it, you know.
Yep.
That actually happened in Columbus. We were with a friend in Columbus, and her friend was our DD and was driving us. And it was like maybe like a month after this song came out, and her friend had a sunroof. And we were like, our friend started playing it. She had
really?
She had the aux cord, you know, in the
Yeah.
front seat. And then I was like, turn this shit up.
Yeah, you're like, I have to do this.
Yeah.
That's
And
cool.
So we stuck our heads out of the sunroof, and it was like, you know, dead hot at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
It was exactly what I intended when I rewrote the lyrics and stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it was kind of a full circle moment.
Yeah, for real. We'll do more of these.
Yeah, we'll be doing more of these. The KB breakdown is going to keep happening, and it's a subtle way for us to feed into our Diet Coke addictions.
Yes. Every time that we're done with a gig and we get done at 2 a.m., most people have a beer or something. We always have Diet Cokes on the drive home.
It's not very rock
like
and roll, but
It's like a thing now. If you see this video and you have any questions specifically about the song, they can be as nerdy as possible or as general. Put them in the comments, and then we can respond to them because we love talking about that stuff.
If you like this song, let us know in the comments, and click the link in the description or the bio, and you can listen to it on all the streaming stuff, Apple Music, Spotify, stuff like that. We also play music live, so come see us live if you want.
Do it.
And I've been Kyle.
I've been Kane.
And we've been
The
KB.
Back to life. When we're walking back home,
Hell yeah.
the street lights